How's it going, you scallywags? It is your captain, Kaiju no Kami, that aka God of Pirates, here today with another manga review of Monster Number 8. It's been a while. It's been like three weeks since I did a last Monster 8 chapter review. But here we are again with the chapter 44, a grand entrance into a comrade's crisis. Now, if you don't, for those it's been 3 weeks. I'm pretty sure you have watched the previous manga review. But in the last manga review, chapter 43. Kikuru comes over to save the day, comes over to rescue Kafka, and she makes the first entrance by slicing him in half, but of course that didn't really do anything at all whatsoever, so that's where we left off. We left off in the aftermath after that. The first panel we get is Kikuru and Kafka, still Kafka, who hasn't transformed yet, still just standing there in front of Monster 9, and then we get cut to a different panel, or to the other side of Isao, which is I think Isao or Asao. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. I'm not really good with names, but Kikuru's dad with somebody else with him, just like watching the whole situation. And the bald guy on the left side, I think he's like a general or something. He's telling Isao that he can't head out there, and is that because if you use it frequently too much, you're gonna kill yourself. You'll chip away your life. And by he means the suit that he is wearing, the suit that he's wearing, because as we know before that they use monsters. They use number monsters suits. Monsters their bodies, they use their suits as a way of weapons, and it seems like the more you use it, it'll chip away at your life. So it's kind of like an equivalent exchange. The more power you use of it, the more of your life it saps from you type beats. Okay, and I guess Isao wants to go out there and he wants to go out there in case number 8 Kafka were to go on the rampage. So, and he can't really do that, because if he does, he'll chip away his life away. And as you can see, he's already old now. So we don't know how many we don't know exactly how much of a life he'll chip away. We don't know how much life he has left, etc., stuff like that. So he has to be very wise to use this. And he's Isao is telling the bald guys I know this, and he's saying this will be a trial for the next generation. This is a trial that the next generation have to overcome, and that's basically says he needs to overcome these trials and stuff, and not worry about their lives too much or someone like that. Now Kikuru, she asks Kafka if he's still able to transform, and he's Kafka obviously can. He tries multiple times but failed every time. And now Kikuru is thinking maybe number 9 has to do something about this, and number 9's attacked them. And then they dodge the attack. Kikuru is if Monster 9 is interfering with your transformation, I'll try to hit him hard enough to where the point where it gives you a little bit of a moment to try to transform. So while he's attacking and recovering from that said attack, use the opportunity to transform. And Kafka's okay, got it. So then Monster number 9 is oh, so y'all was gonna jump me? That's not fair. Then just splits himself into 2, creating 2 copies of himself. And then now because there's 2 of them, it's giving Kikuru and Kafka a harder time, because with one of them they was already struggling with one enough, but now it was 2 of them, so it's more problem now. So then bam, Kaiju Monster 9, one of the Monster number 9s attacks Kikuru. She gets injured, and Kafka gets distracted by it. And so both of them get number 9 and Kafka get distracted by it, because number 9 says a 1 down and then tries to focus on Kafka and shit. But while Monster 9 is distracted, Kikuru, despite getting hit, she seemed to be fine. She seemed to be okay. Not okay, because she's bleeding from the side, but we know that she's still she's you think that one something like that's gonna stop me? No, I'm gonna attack. So then she swings, and she takes a swing and destroys the I think those sack ball sack kind of things. Though they look kind of like ball sack kind of things. and then just attack, like the short, like sliced him, so that way he doesn't attack no more. And then what's it called? Kikuru, like in her head, she's like, "You think I'm gonna lose? I'm never gonna. I'm not. I don't want to lose something again without being able to do anything. This time, I'll be the one to protect." And then now Kikuru's like going in, like attacking number 9, like destroying the sacks things at like great speed, like cause Monster 9 trying to like charge up his attack, and Kikuru's keep like slicing those things down, preventing him from attacking. She's like doing it like very fast and like smooth and all that shit. And then the ball guy is like, I didn't expect her like to improve at this such like speed. It's almost as if like I was watching her when she was younger. And then next thing you know, that's when we get a flashback. Now this flashback is new. This is a different flashback. Normally we get the same like flashback with Kafka, with him and I forgot her name, but like the other girl, like the one that's like he looks up to now, like them together, like in front of the like like at like a distance away from like all the chaos and stuff, and they made a promise to like, oh, we're gonna like join the defense squad and stuff like that, and yeah. But now this time, this flashback is focused on Kikuru's flashback more, like focusing on Kikuru's flashback. More importantly, her mom, because it's like in the flashback it shows her like watching the TV, like. It shows little girl Kikuru watching the TV and like on like what's all we see like a woman like in front of the TV just like watching like in the TV like in some kind of like white like armor kind of thing, like a different like a suit and stuff like that. And then we come to find out it's Kikuru's mother, and the outfit she's wearing, it is a monster number 4. It's monster number 4, and this is like, and apparently this is like one of the defense force's like strongest weapons. And yes, and she's wearing them and stuff like that. And then everybody in the classroom is like, wow, that's so cool. And then somebody asks her like, hey Kikuru, isn't that your mommy, Kikuru? And like Kikuru say, yeah, yep, that's my mommy. And everyone was like, wow, that's so cool. She's awesome. All that shit like that. And next page we get is Kikuru's mom. Like already back home. She's like tired and stuff like that. And then that's when we hear like Kikuru coming over, and she just like not attacks her mom, like not goes for attack. She like kind of like pounces on her face and stuff like that. This is kind of like goofy. It's kind of like something that like it's like from like Bleach. You know how like Ichigo's dad be like just like coming out of nowhere and like attacking him or like pounce on him and stuff like that. It's kind of like that, in the goofiness sense. And Isao, he just like sound like Kikuru, your mom's tired, like stuff like don't try to bother her. And Kikuru's mom just like just like grabs Kikuru by her hand and starts spinning her around and stuff like that, like for fun and stuff. And Kikuru was told her like how her class was like watching, they were like watching her like through the TV and stuff like that, and they thought you were cool and stuff like that. And then Kikuru noticed like there was an injury like on her arm, and she asked like, "Are you okay?" Like, "Oh yeah, the monster day was like a little strong, but it's nothing much. I'm alright." And she tells her mom, like she says, "Mommy, I'll join the defense force and protect you." And I saw this like look surprised, like you gonna do what? You gonna join the what? Huh? You joining the defense force squad? Huh? I didn't know about this. And then Kikuru's mom is like looking over at him like, you knew about this? And he's like, I didn't know. I didn't know about this. I didn't know this is what she wants. She never told me this. And then Kikuru's mom just like tells her like, if you're in trouble, Kikuru, then mommy will save you. Then flash forward a little bit. Kikuru's mom, she died. What's it called? Oh yeah, her name is Hakari. That's why I was like also confused. But Hakari, the Kikuru's mom, Hakari, she died due to the catastrophic damage done by monster number 6 and stuff like that. Although monster number 6 was destroyed, Hakari like she ended up dying in the process and stuff like that. And there's a whole funeral going on. It's on the news. And Kikuru's over there in the funeral with just kind of like a blank expression on her face, like everything, like she's lost everything, like obviously because like she lost her mother, and she like really loves her mother, and she even made a promise to her, and she's affected by that promise. Almost like saying like in her head is like, liar, I'm such a liar. I said that I would protect her. I promised that I would protect her. Mommy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for not being able to keep my promise. And then she's about to call to her to her dad, Isao, but then what's it called? She stops mid sentence and looks at like Isao, and he's like had this like serious expression on his face, like almost look like he's like, it's almost like he's like angry, kind of. It's almost like he's like angry. It's like that kind of like angry expression on his face, and Kikuru just like notices that and doesn't like call him out or nothing. So she wipes like the tears off her face, and then she says, "I'm sorry I wasn't able to protect you, mommy, but what's it called? But in return, I'll become the strongest, just like how you were." And what's it called? And yeah, and she's like, what's it called? And she'll protect everyone in your steed, mommy. Basically, in your steed, mommy, meaning that she's gonna like replace, like she's gonna like, even though I wasn't able to protect you, I'm gonna become stronger and like take your place and stuff like that. In the last chapter, we like panel we get is her like saying like, as she's still cutting, she's cutting a Monster 9's arm, and she's saying, and like she says like, on my battlefield, I won't let my comrades die. And at the bottom we get, that promise became an oath. And that is the end of chapter 44 of Monster number 8. Now this was a very nice chapter. I like, this is one so far, like there's a very few chapters on my favorite. This is one of them because we get some more like, cause I can't stress this out enough. I love Kikuru. Like Kikuru, she's my like favorite character in the manga so far. Like after like it's Kikuru, Kafka, Isao, and what's it called? I think it's Rinu. I forgot his name, but the guy from like, what's it called? Like that we met in the first couple of chapters. That was like, who we assumed that was gonna be like. Well, I think no. He's in the Defense Force too. But him. So, but Kikuru, she's number one. I like this chapter because it focused on her and like her backstory. So we know why she wanted to join the Defense Force. We know why. At first it was because so that she could protect her mom, but because her mom died, she felt that felt like she was a lie and that she was a failure. And now she's joining with a different ambition to be able to protect her comrades in her place. Because she felt like that even though she failed to protect her, she's gonna like she made a promise. She made a promise, or I guess like the last like sentence says, that promise became an oath. She made an oath to protect all of her comrades, no matter what. And I really liked how this chapter focused on her backstory. We get to see like the mother, what she looked like, and like what younger Isao looked like. What she doesn't look that much different from his like oldest. Well, he kind of looks somewhat different. Like he does look different from his like younger and older self. They look very different but similar to each other. And we also learned something new, that the specially made monster suits that most people could wear, like Hakari with number 4, and then Isao with I don't think they ever said which number he had. I think it was number 4. I'm not really sure, but what the number suit that he has, we know that if they use it more and more, it chips their life away. How much is we don't really know exactly how much, assuming that is based on how much longer you use it. It's not like if I use this and then I just use this and overall I get taken a year of my life is gone. But no, I don't think it's like that. I think it's more like it kind of works like how Kaioken is in Dragon Ball. When Goku goes Kaioken, and he stays there for a good amount of time, and then afterwards his body starts hurting and stuff like that. Or better yet, kind of like how with Gear Second with Luffy, because he's pumping with Gear Second. Luffy gets into the stance, he's and the skin becomes red, becomes fat stuff, and he's pumping blood into his vein at a very unnormal speed and stuff, and it's not really healthy, and that kind of drains his life a bit, because we've seen situations where it almost kills him. So it's that kind of similarity to that with the monster suits, the monster suits and stuff like that. So yeah, so we know there's consequences to using those monster suits. We know about Kikuru's backstory. We've met the mother. We know how she dies, and we know that she also wore one of those number suits. So that's good to know. And that she had the title of Valkyrie too. So that's also we know. So let me know what you guys think about this chapter review. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And are you like, what's it called? Yeah, just tell me if you like it, if you didn't like it, all that stuff. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And also, I'm gonna do another manga review. I don't know when. I don't know really when, but I'm gonna do another manga review of a different manga. I'm thinking of doing like what's the Red Hood. Like, if you haven't heard of like the Red Hood manga, I honestly suggest you should read it. I think it's called Red Hood, but yeah, you should watch, like, not watch it, but you should read it. It's a very good read. It has like what? I think the last chapter came out like a couple of hours ago, like yesterday. So that's 14 chapters. Go ahead and watch it because I am gonna do manga reviews on that. And yeah, this is your captain signing off.